Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we shall be discussing very important method in the arrays. In the previous class we had discussed some very important methods. So if you haven't seen that video, please visit my channel and watch them so that you may have your concepts cleared. In this class we shall be discussing very important methods, that is reducer. Reducer, basically from the term reducer we can infer or we can understand that what does reducer do. Reducer, basically the terminological meaning of reducer is it reduces something. So in terms of JavaScript, here is simple description of the reducer method that I have written for you for your concepts. That the reduce method executes a reducer function for array element. So basically reducer is an array is performed on the arrays, and what it does, it simply reduces a function. How it reduces, I will explain it later on with an example so that the concept of reduce method is clear. So that's next we have the reduce method returns a single value. So if we have an array consisting of multiple values, the result of the reducer, when we apply a reducer on the reduce method on an array, it shall congest or convert the array into a single value. Like if we want to perform a addition of the numbers that are present in our current array, or we have an array of strings and we want to combine all the values inside of an array, so we will perform the reducer method on our array in order to get single value from an array. So the second point describes this, that the reduce method returns a single value. It doesn't return a multiple value but a single. The function's accumulated result. The function's accumulated results means it results whatever the final or a single value we get in at the end of the reducer method. The third we have next, the reduce method does not execute the function for empty array. If we have an array consisting of no members, it will not simply the work on the array having no values. So I hope this point is clear. Whenever we have a, like suppose we have an array const array, and this one is empty, this array is empty, this means it has no values, so the reduce method will not work on it. It will only work when it will have members or the elements one or more than one. Only then reducer method function performs the operation on that array. Clear? So next we have last one, the reduce method does not change the original array. The original array remains same. There is a kind of copy, shallow copy, that is created from the original array and is converted into a single value or an accumulated value. So I will create an example. I will write it here like const. Let me clarify the scenario. I want an array that has numbers and array consisting of numbers, and I want the sum of those. So basically definitely we will get a single value in the final result because we want sum of the numbers in an array. So we will take an array numbers, like we are taking a variable numbers and storing array consisting of 5 10, 15. Now I know the what will be the sum na? How? 5 plus 10 makes 15, and then 15, the total will be, we can document this as a 30. What if we have array consisting of thousands of numbers? So in that case you cannot simply manually calculate the values. So what will we do? We will perform reducer on that array. We will create a variable sum. Inside that sum, what will we do? Let me define another variable, constant initial value. Inside the initial value we give 0. Like at the start we will have a value that has 0, that has value 0, initial value that has value 0. Inside the sum we will perform the reduce operation on the numbers that this basically numbers is an our array that we have already defined. We will perform reduce operation. Reduce is a keyword in the JavaScript, so only in this case you can use this word reduce, otherwise it is a keyword. Keywords are the words that are predefined or already there in the JavaScript or any other language. So reduce, one thing you must remember, the syntax. Inside the syntax we use callback. Callback is basically a function. So function, inside function is called callback. I will create a separate video for this, for the callback functions. So currently since we are covering the array methods, so I will not take that much time for this. I will simply make the syntax clear to you. Inside the function we will have two values. What value? Total value. The first parameter is the total value, and then we have another argument that is initial current value. Current value of what? Current value of the array, numbers array. Total will store, the total variable will store the sum of the values that we will get one by one. Here arrow function, and here we will return what? Total plus current value. All right, so another parameter is initial value. The initial value basically defines that the value starts from the 0. Okay, we can directly assign it this 0 value to initial value, but because we can also perform the operation reduce operation on the array consisting of the strings, so we can also place a string here as well. If we will do that later on after this. So now reduce operation has been performed on the numbers. We will see the result. Let's see if the intended results are produced. Sum is sum. Okay, sum is basically the variable where we have stored the operation or reduce operation performed on the array, and let's see what we are getting in our result. We will execute our code. The code is being compiled. There is some issue. Array method, so return comma return total plus current value, and we have initial value numbers Everything is fine. Array method. Numbers. Reduce current value. Initial value. All right, because we have not actually commented this code, and this code is not understandable to the compiler, so it is throwing an error, that is array method. So make sure that you have commented out all the unnecessary text we have on the compiler. This is basically, if I want to make this online JavaScript compiler more clearer, this is basically a runtime environment, online runtime environment for the JavaScript. We can have other multiple languages. For this is for the practice. For professional development, you can use Visual Studio Code and other platforms, or the Notepad plus. So all these platforms or the editors can be used for the professional development. For this kind of practice or clarification of different topics or concepts, you can use these online platforms. Otherwise, for the professional development, you can use the Visual Studio Code, Notepad plus. So both of these are recommended platform editors. So we will execute our code again. So here we go. The sum is 30. If we manually calculate the sum, 5 plus 10 plus 15 makes the 30. So sum here is that basically the reduce operation is performed on the numbers, and finally we get the sum, that is 30. Okay, this was in case of array consisting of numbers. What if we want to combine the values of strings? Like, let me give you a scenario. Like we have hello Mr. Naseem. Let's see if we have this array greetings. Okay, we will change this variable name here as well, because we are performing operation on that, reduce operation on that. And also remember that this we use initial value in case we have numbers. Otherwise we will simply create an empty array, an empty value or empty string, so that we will tell the reducer that initially we have a empty value. So this will basically perform operation on the greetings and store all these values. Hello Mr. Naseem will be converted into a single value. Let's see what it returns. So greeting value is we will change with this variable names as well. We will write greeting combined. Okay, same, we will copy and paste this here as well, so that the code may not throw any error here. Okay, everything is fine. Let's see if this works. Now what do you think the result would be? All these strings will be combined. Okay, so here this one thing that I want to tell you, that there will be no spacing here, because we haven't given space in our return method. If we provide space to this, let me show you how. Okay, here we execute our code and let's see what it returns. Okay, here we can see it has returned greeting value, hello Mr. Naseem. Okay, so there is no any boundary or any spacing between the words. This basically makes it unclear to the user, because it is not spaced well. What will we do? We will simply put spacing between. Now after each summing there will be a space between the words. So let me show you how it will look like. Alright, so in order to differentiate, we must provide plus sign on the both sides. Alright, so here we go again. We will see that how this there will be a spacing. So here we can see there is a spacing has been provided in our current execution. There is a spacing. So this was all about the reducer method. This is how reducer method works. So if you have any query or any confusion regarding this video or any previous video or any topic you want me to clarify or explain in the video, thank you so much.